Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Oh my gosh, so Holy Gorge outside yesterday was so beautiful. It's going to be better today. But I am sorer than a mofo we went on a 30-minute walk. Just a 30-minute freaking walk. 30-minute walk in our neighborhood, up hills, slight grade, and my quads feel like it was leg day yesterday. I mean, well,
kind of was.
it's more consistent exercise than I've had since whenever the last time it wasn't freezing. So October of last year.
It's so crazy how when you're in your house and it's cold outside, I know it's not this way for everybody. Other people push through, but I have zero incentive, it feels like, to get up and go work out.
Right. No, I know. I read something this morning. Our friend of the show, Erin Moriarty from 48 Hours, who's been on our show a few times, CBS put out a day in the life of a reporter or whatever, how it's changed through the pandemic. So I read through it. It's just an hour by hour account of what she's doing. And at the end, she's like, well, if 2020 brought me anything, it's I'm getting more sleep and I'm eating better. It's like, what? How does that happen? Like, it's the exact opposite for me and for a lot of people I know. It's like the pandemic was like, well, screw it. And they just started
permission.
eating. Right. Exactly. So really, props to her.
Well, that's true. I can't even, I'm seriously, I'm jealous because she had and I know a lot of people did. A lot of people did the same thing. I've seen other people that have been talking about, all right, they decided if I'm going to be locked down, I'm going to make a concerted effort to da-da-da. And I'm like, geez, why can't I do? And but now that it's nice, I want to go move around. I want to be outside.
Yeah.
But being inside is just it's hard on you. It really is mentally. You don't even realize it, until it's a beautiful day. And then you realize how crappy it was the days when it was cold out.
Yeah.
What it does to your head. That's crazy. But I was hoping I would get a walk in today. Because I wanted to take the dog out for, a little exercise, go around the neighborhood. And unfortunately, my buddy is sick. And
he was kind of not feeling good last week too, wasn't he?
True. And and maybe the rebound, maybe we went too fast when he started feeling good. And I took him to daycare yesterday. And they said he played his little heart out. And just because it's beautiful outside, and so they were running around outside, had all his buddies.
Just like human kids, they don't know when they're sick or when to stop. They have no gas pedal. They have no brake pedal.
No brakes, and he was hanging with the GSDs. He's got his pack.
What does GSD stand for?
German Shepherd dogs.
Oh, got it. Okay. Oh my God. All right.
It's way cooler when you say it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But anyway. And he came home, he was fine. And then he slept for about an hour and a half when we got home, which is typical after a long day at work.
Mm-hmm.
And ate his dinner. He ate his breakfast this morning fine. But this morning he didn't come wake me up, which he usually does. He usually is like 6:30 to 7, somewhere in there. And he's like, okay, up, let's go, let's roll. And he didn't. And I got up and I saw him. He was laying in the hallway. And he looks at me and just like, he's always guilt-ridden.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a dog by nature, right?
I think like German Shepherds to me, I've never owned one or other than know anybody that had one. But it's like, to me, they always look like they're apologizing for something in their eyes.
Like they should have done something. I needed to do that better, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I needed to. Yeah, I know. And it's so strange because then you see like the police dogs, they've got so much courage and so much confidence.
Yeah.
But they still have that look in their eye.
But still, right. But I've noticed, and I know you follow this a lot more than I do, but just on certain police that I follow that have dogs and specifically German Shepherds, like when there are pictures of them in the back of a cruiser or working or whatever, they look completely different than the ones that are retired and chilling on the couch. They just look like they know that they're like you said, confident. They're not aggressive, but they know what they're doing. But when they're at home, they're confidence. Like puppy. They're like puppy,
They are. Well, you follow Ty, right?
That's what I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the name, but yeah. Yeah,
and he, when his day's off, he's like wheels up on the couch, sound asleep.
Yeah,
and just no big deal. But yeah, they have that constant guilty look on their face, but his was a little more so than usual. And come to find out, he had an accident. and he's got the squirts. And so, and so it wasn't awful because it was on tile, which I got to give him credit. He's only 2 times had a boo-boo in the house like that. And both, it might, maybe another one, but it's always been on the tile. I don't know why, but God bless him.
Right.
It's so easy to clean up, and he's been outside 2 more times already. Because it's like all of a sudden he goes to the door and he looks at me like, I gotta go.
Hey man,
like,
I know that feeling where you're sitting there just watching TV and all of a sudden, ayo, something's knocking.
So I couldn't leave today, and fortunately, again, the situation that we're in, it's like you don't want to say thankfully that you're home, but then again, thankfully I'm home. But not for the right reasons, but I'm glad that I was here and that I could take care of him, because otherwise it'd be difficult if you have to go in. You can't say, God, I can't come in today.
Yeah.
Dog's sick.
Yeah.
No,
I know. I hear you.
So anywho, he's asleep next to me right now. So,
so if he has to get up in an emergency, if he has to get up, just say, hey, gotta go. And then we'll just wait for you to go let the pooper outside.
Right. The Jeopardy music. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
Right.
dun, 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 dun.
That's funny.
So poor guy. But anyway, I was looking at a couple of posts on Facebook, and I can't remember who it was. We've had Dana in, we've had Rihanna in, and there's a couple other the girls that I follow. Let me see if I can find her real quick. But she posted something about today being 3-3. And
3-3-3, because 21 equals 3.
3. So it's like a day where spirits are all around. Spirit is all around. It says all you have to do is ask them to show you. And they're here to help you. Kind of like what Rihanna was talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, because she just told me yesterday about saying, okay, I'm in. Let's do this. So today is probably a good day to do that, huh?
Yeah, I would think. Ask if if grandma's around, talk to her.
Right. And she even writes in this post, it says, the good book says, ask and ye shall receive. There's a reason it's in the good book.
That's right.
So today's a good day to do that. So if you're thinking about it.
On 3-3-3, that's interesting.
This would be kind of a good day to do that, or maybe watch for signs. Be more attentive. You never know what you might. Little pings or little signs that someone's around you or checking in.
These little, okay, so that's a positive number puzzle. Another number puzzle that's a little naughtier. It's a great song, but yesterday heard the song, thanks to my wife and my daughter, by Ariana Grande. It's called 3435 is the name of the song. The number 34-35. And you listen to the words and you're like, holy cow. It's just naughty. It's not super cussy, a little cussy, but it's just 34 plus 35 is 69.
Well, thanks, Pat.
Yeah. So I didn't. But okay. But I didn't know. See, that was I was like pretty
for the
proud.
math challenge.
Yeah. Well, but I didn't know. Like
I guess
yesterday.
I should have responded with nice.
Well, see, yeah, because Beth didn't think about that. As soon as I saw that yesterday, I'm like, well, that equals 69, obviously. So it's going to be a naughty song, and it was. So yeah. Yeah, so that's another one of those.
Oh my God, I'm reading the lyrics. Are you kidding me?
I know. It's a really, really good song.
Holy crap. This reminds me of the meme that I saw floating around yesterday. The Dr. Seuss stuff that's going on right now.
Absolute craziness.
Somebody, it's insanity. But it's floating around, and so I saw a meme that said it's kind of like a how we started, how it's going kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of Nicki Minaj and then Dr. Seuss. This was the song of the year. This book's being banned.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Right? Isn't that funny?
And you're like,
I think
what is going on?
we need to shake ourselves just a little bit. A little tiny
Without
bit.
a doubt. Isn't it the book? Is it the Sneetches? The ones that some had stars on their bellies and some didn't.
Oh God, you're asking the wrong dude.
I'm trying to remember, because that was, I mean, my God, every one of his books, he like took great pains to very rarely draw people. They were all critters.
Right. There aren't really any, unless I'm wrong, actual human beings in his books. They're all like cat variations of like cats and gophers and like, sloths. Yeah.
There might be some in there, like Cat in the Hat might have had a boy and a girl or something. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think
sure.
they did. I think they had little boys, but their fingers were furry, so I don't know if they were really girls or not.
See, they weren't. Yes, exactly. They're cartoons.
Yeah. Either way, they're cartoons.
They're cartoons. But I'm sorry for Dr. Seuss. I think that's just my own little personal. There's my little soapbox for the day. You can take it where you want to. I'm not going to stand here and rant, but
it's just like one of those things that are we really worrying about? There's so many other things to worry about. We're worrying about Dr. Seuss. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think I wonder how many, if it's actually. It makes me sad, not just Dr. Seuss stuff, but like it makes me sad that these organizations and people and brands or whatever don't stand up for stuff that they really, if they don't believe in, like the pressure of them not printing, they're not going to print these books, six or 8 of these Dr. Seuss books anymore because of this. It's like, why don't they stand up and say, listen, and defend themselves instead of just caving? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I know there's a couple of really interesting takes on that too about books, and I think there's some books that have been pulled from Amazon already, which is really dangerous because I think Amazon is responsible for 70% of book sales, and so it's not even about getting published. If nobody's going to sell your book, or if people can't find it, they're not going to buy it. And
right.
Actual bookstores have been in such a twist themselves trying to survive against Amazon just in good times. And Amazon now kind of owns it. But there was a video that came out as well, and they were talking about you've probably seen it too, the removal of any person of color from any products.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And there's a couple of ironies that are in there, like they removed the Indian woman from Land O'Lakes, and the meme says, "Oh, they removed the Indian and kept the land." Yeah, that's this.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? And it's like these products are doing this because they're trying to appease someone else. And so Aunt Jemima, Mrs. Butterworth, Uncle Ben's, Cream of Wheat, all of them have been removed. And the sad part is then the person that put this out there made was, ironically though, you still have the Colonel, you still have Burger King, you still have the Quaker Oats man, you still have Little Debbie, you still have Wendy's, you still have Chef Boyardee, you still have the Sun-Maid lady. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, oh my God, you just made it worse.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's not helping. It's not helping at all. It's these knee-jerk reactions to removing these images, and they think, I'm going to do this, and it's going to make it all better, and it doesn't. It makes it worse.
Makes it worse. It's like just everybody pump the brakes.
Yeah.
A little bit before reacting so quickly, but that's where we're at.
And let's see it for what it is. Like even on something not even as important as what you're talking about, but with Chris Harrison and The Bachelorette, and him leaving, him just walking away from something that he built, and from everything I've read, I don't know him obviously. We've never interviewed him, nothing like that. But from the people that I know that know him and whatever, that he is not that person. He maybe made a misstep online by defending someone, but I think that's even a stretch, to be honest with you. And for him to just pull back and cave and leave is absolutely ridiculous. And that franchise that it's done. I mean, it's just done. I
can't imagine. If somebody will step in for one season, it'll fail.
Well, they did. I don't remember who it is, but they did announce a host moving forward, like a permanent host and I apologize. I'll Google that while we're on.
Go ahead, because I was going to say, God, who had that short list in their drawer? Right. That was pretty quick. I mean, I know that every major corporation or every huge success that has one person that's kind of the guiding light, you've got to have that short list in the drawer in case something happens to him. So you have somebody who can step in right away. But it's like, ouch. I mean, that, geez, man, have them that quickly to flip it that fast is just, that's insanity.
And he is, and this, according to New York Times, his name is Emmanuel. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Acho. Anyway, author, former NFL player. He wrote a book called Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, and he is he's going to be, as of right now, and I heard on Sirius yesterday that he's the host moving forward, but right now he will host After the Final Rose. So he Chris, they're still saying it's just a hiatus for Chris Harrison, but that goes against what I heard on Sirius the other day, that Emmanuel is the permanent host moving forward. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm sure he's a good dude, probably a good personality, whatever, but it's just like, man, it's just okay. And then
he was also the person that had been talked about, I think, about replacing Shannon Sharp on a program or something.
Oh, really?
Like Fox Sports or something? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm speaking way out of my wheelhouse here, but.
I love the show. Shannon Sharp and, Skip Bayless have a show.
Oh, that's right.
And I love that show. It's hilarious. Shannon Sharp's amazing.
Yes. But I'm sure it is, but who knows? Maybe it'll succeed. I don't know. But I feel bad for Harrison, because that was not his intention, and that. Well, and I feel bad. The show's caught a lot of grief though too recently.
It has that. Dancing with the Stars has. I feel bad for Emmanuel too, coming in, and if it doesn't work out, then what is that? That's going to look bad for him, So it's a no-win situation for everybody. Instead of just pumping the brakes, having a conversation like with the idiots from Vanderpump Rules, instead of axing everybody on the whole show. Let's learn. Let's figure out what happened and reboot instead of just.
I love how you bring in Bravo.
I try every day, every single day. That's my brand.
Everything can be explained via Bravo.
Yep, just about.
There's a show for everything.
Yep.
There is, and just one more serious point about the characters on the boxes that. As far as the Aunt Jemima's and the Uncle Ben's, et cetera. Mm-hmm. One girl had written on here, and I'd never thought about this, but you might remember growing up when you were eating breakfast in the morning, you'd have everything on the table, right? Mm-hmm. You'd read the cereal box.
Yes.
You'd look at everything. And she grew up, it says, I grew up in a family where Aunt Jemima's smile was mostly the only one I would see at home.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how she remembers that.
Huh.
That's just interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't mean for this to be like a social show.
Right, going from sore muscles, dog poop, and then all the way down to something actually important, right? Gosh
darn it, we cover it all. We are like Bravo.
We are. See, thank you. It's finally getting to you. We are like Bravo. You guys get on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's Pat and JT. Share with your friends, rate and review. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.